Donald Trump is now saying that he's going to talk to China first before labeling the country a currency manipulator, but he hasn't exactly ruled it out. And if he goes ahead and pulls the trigger, it would start off this whole process about having to do something about it. The reality is that China is manipulating its currency, but it is manipulating it stronger, not weaker. This is a 10-year chart of the Chinese yuan. And as you can see, for the most part, the yuan has actually been getting stronger over the past decade, going from about 8 to the US dollar all the way down to 6. Of course, there was that one-off devaluation back here in August of 2015, but most economists agree that this wasn't about devaluing the yuan, but rather a central bank shift to allow markets to play a bigger role in valuing the currency. Yes, as of late, the yuan has certainly been getting weaker, but Beijing has been burning through cash to try and prop it up. Back in 2014, the FX reserves in China were just shy of $4 trillion. As of last month, they had shrunk to just over $3 trillion. And Beijing has said that it doesn't want a significantly weaker currency. And that is not terribly surprising because a weaker yuan has only been encouraging people to move money out of the country, seeking better returns. And we've actually seen Beijing crack down on the outflows in recent months. Now, while Donald Trump is pointing to China, no country is completely innocent of currency manipulation, not even the United States. Of course, back in 2008, the United States embarked on this massive quantitative easing policy, and one of the side effects was actually a weaker U.S. dollar. Now that we see interest rates starting to be back on the rise, we do see that the U.S. dollar is getting stronger. Now, another example that Donald Trump likes to point to in his currency manipulation argument is the U.S. trade deficit with China. Basically, that the United States is importing a lot more than it's exporting to China. And according to the U.S. government, the deficit hit a new record back in 2015 at over $350 billion. And that has actually been narrowing in 2016, even as the yuan got weaker. But it is not so cut and dry because the U.S. imports a lot of electronics from China. And a lot of the parts for those electronics actually come from other parts of Asia, but are then shipped to China for assembly, then shipped to the United States under that Made in China label. Plus, there are a lot of U.S. manufacturers in China shipping their goods back home.